Hello. I am Fluffy, and we are about to kick into some CCS action. We are now on week 2. It is technically day 3 in our season. We have Core Impact coming in as the number 2 team right now after week 1 of play against Guilty Esports, who is the number 8 team. You can see the rounds for and against. That's pretty much how we determine who is better currently. I'm very excited to see how this goes. This will be Core Impact's first time on the main stream here, so very excited to see what they can bring to the table. Speaking of Core Impact, I am going to be solo streaming this game and casting, so hang in there and bear with me, but we're going to do the best we can. But why don't we just go ahead and jump right into it, and here you go. This is Core Impact's roster for today. You can follow them on Twitter at CoreImpactGG. Again, they are power ranked number 2 right now with a 1-0 record after week 1. So right now we got Zen, Guy, Temper, Dynasty, and Hellfire. Very solid team, kind of a combination of Fable, NYL. You know, these guys have been around for a little while, fairly new when it comes to the upper tier of competitive play, but have always been really good in that tier 2, tier 3 slot. So I'm really excited to see what they can bring to the table today. And I'm pretty sure Zen is the captain for the roster, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of things that he can do for his team to make the adjustments in game if they do tend to get behind. I do think that they are slightly favored in this matchup, not necessarily just because of the statistical that we see. I still think that they are a little bit more experienced as a unit, whereas Guilty, they do have some newer players, and they've been doing some roster changes to accommodate some of their time restrictions here and their age limitations. So speaking of Guilty, why don't we just go ahead and check out their roster next. Guilty Esports. You can find them on Twitter at Guilty Esports. They currently are power ranked number 8. Of course, they did lose their first game last week, which was Wednesday night. So they come in 0-1, but you got the team captain Crazy, 9, Akaya, Mailman, and Crazy Dog. Pretty much the same lineup we saw on Wednesday. The difference is I can't quite remember his name, but I know there's a guy that was pulled out and Crazy Dog was put in his place. So luckily for them, there's only been a 1-player swap. So they should be pretty good there, and it should be fairly easy for them to make the adjustments they need to. But I'm very excited. I'd say that the standout player, the heavy fragger for this roster would be 9. Last game that we saw, almost every other round, this guy was dropping a 2K here and a 3K there. So be on the lookout for him, and for Core Impact, be on the lookout for Zen. Those are my 2 players to watch. Having a little bit of issue with our pick ban, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over them for you guys. Guilty was the home team. So they were the first ban, and Core Impact, of course, gets the first pick on the best of 3. Since there is 9 maps in the map pool, each team bans 3, and then each team picks 1. The final deciding map goes to the choice for side, goes to the away team. So the bans were Bank, Chalet, Coastline, Consulate, Cafe, and Skyscraper. Pretty standard. It seems like both of these teams are kind of straying away from the heavy strategical based maps such as Bank and Coastline. Of course, no one playing much of Coastline. Consulate, a very, very old map. I like Consulate personally. I think it allows for a lot of diversity in your strategical elements. So, but we will see a lot of teams banning that out. That might squeak through most times, but the common ones that you see are, of course, Border, Oregon, and Clubhouse. It looks like Core Impact used their first pick to go ahead and lock in Oregon. Oregon, one of my favorite maps. One of the maps we're probably going to see most likely played on every game throughout. Everyone tends to play it, and everyone kind of knows it. It's a fairly straightforward map, even though the introduction of Mira has allowed for the change in strategy from previous seasons. It still has a lot of diversity, so you're going to see a lot of teams utilizing that one. So I like that pick. And then the second pick for Guilty was Clubhouse. Clubhouse, one of the most straightforward maps in the game. It's fairly vertical, but at the same time, you can put Blackbeard in the blue tunnel, you can put a shield in the dirt tunnel, you can push him out. Most teams are going to go for that armory take on the basement. And with the removal of Glaz in this league, you will also see whenever players are holding the bar. They're going to be coming from strip a lot more frequently unless you see the implementation of Montang, which we actually haven't seen used a whole lot, yes, in the CCS, if at all. I'd have to go back and look at the stat sheet to see what's going on. But that's pretty standard. Then in the final map, of course, Border. We've seen Border played in every single matchup so far, Border being the favored map. Right now, it is a 68.7% favor for the defenders currently. So let's see if teams can come into today with a little bit more preparation on their attack phase. And yeah, so that's it, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm pretty sure our players are ready. Why don't you guys let us know in the chat. If you're rooting for Core, give me a hashtag Core win. If you're rooting for Guilty, give me a hashtag GYT win. So I think that's it. Our guys are ready. And we are about to get underway. Clubhouse, map 1. I am excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to do this. This should be a very interesting matchup. For the defenders, so far we got Smoke, Mira, Jaeger, Bandit, Valkyrie. They're going to go ahead and do the Church Arsenal basement take. Everyone pretty much does that. So you're going to be seeing the Mira play somewhere along the blue wall, maybe by the small box in the armory side, by the weapons rack. A lot of people are going to put it on that back church wall to make sure that you can see anyone dropping into the moto or anyone coming down main stairs. Thermite, Buck, Capital, Ash, Twitch, a very straightforward. I actually like the Capital pick in this particular matchup on Clubhouse because the few angles that you cannot see when they're holding the back corner of the armory or they're sitting behind that firearms rack right in the front of the dirt tunnel. You can use that Capital fire arrow to flush them out, fire arrow one of the sides, and it will push them to the other side, and you can hold the anger because you can see the exit trajectory. So I do like the pickup. Of course, they have the Buck. The Buck is going to be ashing from that kitchen room, trying to get a line of sight, trying to force them out of armory. Gotta expect the armory take. They also have an Ash. Look for Ash to be pushing either down the front stairs or through the blue hallway. I'm very curious to see which operator they choose to put through the blue hallway. They are using a Thermite as opposed to a Thatcher on this particular, excuse me, a Habana on this particular map. You know, you see a lot of times the people, they'll bring the Thermite, but they bring the Thermite with the Habana to allow themselves an extra place to get inside of this church wall or to use it to get inside of dirt tunnel. So it's going to be curious to see which two hatches they choose to use, and if Core will use the impact trick, which it doesn't look like they're going to eliminate their ability to do that. But here we go, 15 seconds in, still doing a little bit of dancing here. No, it looks like they're going to use one of their Thermite charges to get open this dirt tunnel. And of course, you have Smoke playing on the inside of this tunnel here, holding the tight angle. Thermite is sitting on his drone, so he knows that he is there, and he has spotted him out. This could be a fairly early battle for us so far. And he's going to aggressively peek out with the shotgun. I would have understood with the SMG-11, but I'm not sure about that one. He could have been taken out. He's very lucky, but they have double stacked. He looks like Jaeger decided to come in and put the ADS down. They have taken control of bedroom gym upstairs. They're just kind of clearing out, using their drones, pushing wisely. I like it. A little bit of an interaction, right, an altercation here. Thermite able to get some shots down, and Smoke is extremely low. He's probably sitting on maybe 15 health total right now. Very good job by Thermite to use that aggression against him, and he's already been able to bait out 2 of those smokes, which are a very crucial part of holding this, and I'm not sure why he did it. And once again, he went for the peek. Why is your shotgun out? That's an easy kill for 9, the heavy frag on the team, and now we have a favor finally. 5-4 in favor of Guilty, looking very solid. They have control of the entire building so far. Twitch using the drone to gain information. 2 are on this front stairs. He has pushed in. 9 gets the second kill from the backside of the dirt tunnel. Twitch able to push in through Moto and get the pickup on a guy. Guy's down. Now it's a 5v3. He tries to slow push into Armory, or excuse me, Church Wall. I wouldn't have done that with the Mira. Dynasty gets the easy trade back onto him, and now they finally get one back. 1 minute remaining. It's still a very winnable hold by the defense, but they're going to have to execute properly. And just like that, excuse me, Capital tries to push in, but Mira gets the trade. Evil Dog pushes in and gets the trade right back. Mira still has that position. That is a bangable wall. 9 picks him up from across the hallway. Beautiful execution there by Guilty, and they just steamrolled their way through that round. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I have to say, the problem with that round was that smoke. If you were here with us on Wednesday night, you were here with me and Talon, and we saw it over and over again on Clubhouse. If you're going to put that smoke in there, if you're going to play to hold the dirt, play to hold the dirt tunnel. You don't want to go in there and be aggressive. Your job is no different than a roamer's job when you think about the execution point and the entry point. That is a very pivotal point of your cross and your ability to get out of sight when they take control of it. So Smoke dying early, eating those smokes up early. I'm not sure why he was even picking with his shotgun. If you're going to peek, at least peek with something like your SMG-11 so that you know that you can have a chance against that. You're facing a rifle, and if I'm being honest, Thermite's rifle is one of the stronger ones as far as, you know, stability versus bullet damage. So a big misplay by that. I think that cost him early. Some really good plays by that Thermite, able to get the second pick, and that is what cost him on the crumble. So it is now week 2, day 3 in our CCS Invite League, currently a $500 first place prize pool. On defense, we do have Bandit, Jaeger, Castle, Valkyrie, and Smoke, and I do like the use of the Valkyrie here. I'm intrigued to see where she chooses to put her cameras and how useful they'll actually be. On offense, we have Ash, Blackbeard, Habana, Thermite, and Buck. Honestly, this is the preferred lineup if you're going to take this more of a straightforward way. Buck in kitchen, you can put that Blackbeard on the blue tunnel, very useful, and then you can open up that dirt with your Thermite, and just like we saw last round, he can push down there. I'm liking the lineup so far. And just like we saw before, Thermite going to be on the backside here, finally opening up that dirt tunnel. 30 seconds been played so far. Smoke holding tight, and Zero, he pushes in with Ash and is Zen, excuse me, and he's already able to get the pick on Bandit, and Bandit is down. You are playing too aggressive if you are going to die that early. Especially if you're playing the roam, you want to try to eat the time. So very good job by Zen to get that entry frag. Let's step back with Thermite to see what's happening between him and Smoke. Let's see if Smoke opts to play this differently than the other team Smoke did. Still seeing a little bit of sign of aggression here. To get the shots down on the drone, wasn't able to get the drone. Lots of action going on in the background. I hate to leave and miss the action.
See you on the other side.
Thermite has left, but now they have Blackbeard sitting and holding his tight angle. Attackers do have kitchen control. They went for the flash, but they flashed themselves. That could have been very detrimental. He's going to opt to run away. Blackbeard's still going to hold this angle. Probably smart to use him to push the angle. And once again, he flashes himself, and I'm not sure what is going on with these guys. They need to try to play, and no, he's going to go for it, but they get the double down. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this.
Hang in there.
Zen takes the trade again. Another one down. That's a double kill so far. Crazy Dog down. That's now Bandit, Jaeger, and Valkyrie getting taken away also. Hellfire doing a good job picking them up. Dynasty taking a final kill on Smoke. Now Smoke's down, and it's all up to Castle. But it's a 1v5 situation. Not likely to win this one. Refire coming out from Dynasty through the hole made in front of the small box. Going to go through some sprays. Zen playing a little aggressive and goes for the pick. He's going to fall back to the barbed wire in blue tunnel, but the bomb is going to be getting down. Thermite putting that bomb down.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Now it's a 1v4, and he's got about 5 health, and of course we knew that was going to happen. Dynasty did a good job, got the double kill there. Zen with a double kill, and a very good job by Core on the attack there, and it is now a 1-1. I'd have to bring up my stat sheet, but I'm fairly certain that this map is favored in the attacker's favor. 60 or 70%. Teams struggling. It's actually a fairly difficult map to hold on the defense. Smoke doing a little bit better job holding tight. Still, I think playing a little bit too aggressive. I personally believe you want to pull that barbed wire a little bit farther back. You want to play that from the first elbow and indent in the tunnel. Force them to come out, because then they have nothing to retreat to, and they have no cover, and you have the advantage. So we're going to see how Core decides to hold this defense, what kind of adjustments they're going to make.
Used by attackers.
I'm going to jump on with this Valkyrie because I want to see where she's placing these cameras and what kind of use she's going to get. Now, see, I like the placement of that camera, but there's really no point to place that camera there if they're going to play the upper elbow on that dirt tunnel. So far, we've seen her put up one camera. I'm just going to stick with her. Do a real quick look to see what kind of reinforcements we got. Standard, same thing that they're going to do. They're going to leave that left panel.
10 seconds remaining.
Or excuse me, that right panel if you're facing from the inside. Another camera going down up inside the corner of kitchen. That one should be very useful also. I'm liking the cameras that I'm seeing so far. That's another good camera, but if you want my opinion, what you can do is you can pull out your deagle and make a little hole right in front of that metal truss in the ceiling, and then you can place it up inside the ceiling, and they're less likely to see it when you're on it because they won't be able to see the blue glow, but still very useful cameras. We do have the thermite. Again, no Hibana for them, so they're opting to just open up tunnel and then open up one hatch. They're not going to be going for the stock hatch or anything like that. They're just currently taking their time droning out. Trying able to get out, to use that and get open the wall. And of course, the tango that we're seeing every time we watch Clubhouse is pretty much this thermite versus smoke. And I like what he did there. He looks up and he knows that pre-play smoke's there. So very good job by him. And he's going to try to bait it out because he knows that it's placed there. He was able to bait him out last time by about 130 seconds. He was able to get 2 of those drones down. Or excuse me, those poison grenades down. Ash finally taking control of the front stairs. Thermites move back in. Smoke all by himself. Mira holding the church wall. 1:45 remaining. It is 1-1 in map 1. It, of course, is a best of 3 week 2 action. He should have went for the C4 right there. It would have been a very good job. He could still get it right here if he just throws it. Very good job. Well done. And, of course, Mira doing a good job utilizing that Mira, getting the C4 kill. So advantage finally going down to one team, and that team is Core Impact. 122 remaining. Clutch opening up the walls and looking for a pick, but no, he's getting sprayed himself through. He does take about 50% damage on that one, so the exchange went in the favor of the defenders.
Attackers have located
Buck doing a very good job opening up this, watching any kind of, excuse me, rotation angle, but he's not really going to catch anyone.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Twitch is going to push aggressively forward, and no, he doesn't know that he's there behind Bomb. And Guy does a good job on Valkyrie getting the pick on the Twitch. Twitch is down. Akaya, though, he does a very good job and gets to trade to Dynasty, and we get a back and forth and a back and forth, and just like that, 9 getting a pick across, and 9 with a double kill. Beautiful pixel peek on that headshot, and they're taking this round right back. It was all in favor of Core. 9 with a triple. What can he do here? 1 left. It is on Jaeger. He's going to push in behind that bar. He has the bomb down. 30 seconds remaining. That is a bangable surface, but I'm not sure if he's aware he's there. All the excitement is settled. Akaya with the double kill. And that was a beautiful round, and like we mentioned in the rundown of the roster, 9 coming in very big so far, and that is 6 frags for him. That round goes in favor of Guilty, and honestly, that should have been Core's round. It went all downhill. They got the early pick, but they weren't playing passively. They got a little bit too aggressive afterward. They tried to get some trades back, even though they had the advantage. You know, I'm going to tell my guys as an in-game leader, we have the pick. It is under 1 minute and 30. Play for entry. Do not play for picks. They play for picks that allows a 1% chance of you dying, and that 1% chance happened that round, and Guilty was able to capitalize on the mistake and take the round. Very good job by them to keep their composure. So I like what we saw by them, and they are currently up now 2-1. It is round 4.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
And this has been a very exciting match to watch so far. Looks like they're going to make a little adaptation from what Core was doing, because earlier they were putting the reinforcement down on the right side, but looks like they're going to try to play it this time to simulate what they saw and the success they saw from that early defensive hold. Of course, they lost it in the end.
10 seconds left.
They have gotten the kitchen hatch, but they haven't gotten bar hatch quite yet. Very late on this or at
Attackers
all.
have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Let's stick with 9. It looks like he's going to go for some early cheese, and he's a little pinch right now. They have him from the construction side stock door, and then he also put a little bit of shots down. Oh, and he sees him, but no, he's not able to get the shots onto him. Was looking for a roam, but now that they know he's there and he knows he has pressure, smart call to fall back. You are ahead, no need for the cheek. You went for it early, it didn't work, so I like the decision by him to fall back. Thermite has opened this dirt tunnel once again. Mailman on smoke, the dirty dozen, the dirty tango. On this side, it's Blackbeard. He's going to hold. He's just going to try to get him the peek on the outside, but will he be able to? Playing the waiting game, and they snuck this pick in on me. I wasn't even looking, and they have a fuse. But I'm not sure they have anyone in position to play off the rotations of the fuse charge. And once again, that exchange is always going to go over to the attackers when you don't play that passively. Smoke needs to figure out something else to do. That is the second round in a row where he's went down and didn't even do anything. So this advantage goes into Guilty so far, 140 remaining. Smoke's the only one down. Or Guilty, excuse me. In favor of 4. Blackbeard has the tunnel. They are able to get the hatches open finally. Thermite and Ash has pushed into the front stairs. Fuse early, before any of his teammates were anywhere, has already used all of his charges. T-Dog holding a tight angle on that hatch from Kitchen, trying to see if he can get any picks. And Dynasty pushing slowly toward. Temper is able to get the pick onto Kaya on the backside, but Crazy doing a very good job using that C4 from the Kitchen and gets the pick from underneath. But they were able to drop inside of the Kitchen. They have control of Armory, and they're getting bombed down. Fuse in the corner getting the bomb down. He gets the pick. Temper takes down 9. Guy takes down Crazy, and it's all left on Jaeger, and a back and forth. The defense, they just can't quite figure out how to win this map. And again, like we said, 66 to 70% in favor of the attackers on this specific map so far, just through the week 1, and a very good job by them to take control of that Kitchen, to get the early pick, to go through and get control of that Armory, get the bomb down, got the exchanges, and a very good executed once again strat for the offensive players. Getting a little excited, making myself slightly lightheaded, but it's okay. And now we see Corp once again back on the defense. Smoke, Mirror, Jaeger, Mute, Valkyrie. Mute is the difference that I see from them this time. Same setup for the attackers. Kind of just been a back and forth. I really think the big thing that is stopping from these defenders from winning any of these exchanges is the fact that it seems like they just don't quite understand the role of Smoke. You know, it would be understandable if you're playing Smoke on a roam, you're using his shotgun to make breaches, to give yourself easy ways to get to and from, to create stress, then I understand. You get picked, you're trying to do your job. But you're sitting on site, you're sitting in the dirt tunnel. If you're gonna sit in that dirt tunnel, you need to play the second elbow. I can't say it enough. Guilty and Core, please watch this film when you are done. Stop playing so far forward. I hate to put you on blast, but you have to remember, your job is to utilize the smokes. The attackers will not be able to get in there and plant that bomb. If you're using your smokes under 30 seconds, at least save one and stay alive. If you think you're gonna die, if it's too aggressive, fall back. There is no need to hold that. Yes, it's a great angle. Yes, it's a great fallback position, but that's going to lose you around every round. And just like we have seen, that has lost both teams around every round to this point. We are now 30 seconds into this round. Twitch does have control of the garage. Ash pushing in through the bar, and I like what they're doing here because he has a drone in front of him. Mailman Buck on Dejome, just kind of pushing him through the site, so a very good job by them to do the droning properly. That's one of the things that some teams struggle with. You know, even some of the professional teams don't quite have the concept of pushing with your drones and pinching from multiple sides, so I like that so far. No trades, a fairly patient job. They're just taking their time. He put this drone,
Attackers have located
And look
a
at
bomb.
this. Twitch did a very good job. He got the camera that was put down in the same spot. So that's that camera down. He saw the pre-play C4, which in my opinion is something you just don't do. You don't want to pre-place that C4. You want to try to play actively and be able to use it, because then you can always just fall back. And Twitch is going buck wild right now, and he gets the Mira. This is just pure negligence right now on the defender's side. You can't let Twitch cause all that damage. And he doesn't even see him crazy. A very good job holding down that front stairs. He gets a pick on the Hellfire. He was looking up for a pick on the ceiling. Completely unaware. Advantage in favor of Guilty right now. 120 remaining. But it's only a slight favor because Buck is down to 5% health. Thermite gets down in in the hallway right outside of the main stairs. The bomb is down also. He's able to get the bomb and pick it back up. We're going to have to look with Valkyrie. Valkyrie's in the middle of a gunfight. Very good ash charge there. He was able to put 50% down, and a pre-fire came out by Valkyrie. Of course, he wasn't able to get any, but he knows which side he's on. He's going to get up, and as soon as he gets up, he's going to die. I want to see how they play this. This is very, very exciting. 50 seconds left. They are going to have to push forward. Smoke does a good job, and this is what we're talking about. Zen does a good job. He gets a double kill. He has the smoke down. He needs to throw another one. He has one left. The bomb is in. Guy gets a pick, and the defenders might be the first time. Core with the triple kill. That's the Smoke with the quadra kill. Smoke doing a beautiful job. And that is exactly how you are supposed to play that. And that is the difference right there. And that is the adaptation we like to see. Very next level execution from our defenders. Advantage and core impact. 3-2. That was exciting. That got my blood boiling. I'm gonna be real honest, you know, the attackers were doing a fairly good job. They got the early pickup, but they weren't able to acquire any pressure afterward. And then Smoke doing what a Smoke is supposed to do. Hold that. If they're gonna push, let them have it. If they're not gonna push, play it. Wait for the entry. He got the Hibana. He got the one behind him. That's a double kill. Got the Smoke down. That's a triple kill. Got another one and a quadra kill. Beautiful job by the defenders.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Our first 4K of the day.
Bomb located by
And
attackers.
it looks like, I like this from Guilty. You know, they've been struggling on the basement. They haven't been able to get any defender zone. You know that their head's a little off. Core Impact made the adjustments that they needed to make. They were able to take that defense. And so now I like the adaptation in the switch. We don't see a Montang. Of course, they're not going to know. They have that fuse. Not a whole lot Fuse can do. With this, of course, you can use the fuse right here in this cash room. Push them out of
10 seconds to go.
the stock trade in the B-bomb. You know, most teams aren't really going to play that. If they do, they're going to play this tight corner, but he can always fall into the hatch. Personally, I believe if you're going to play Smoke, the best way to play Smoke is from this lower hatch to smoke up and use your team as a visual. Interesting use of the mirrors here. See, I'm okay.
A bomb has been located.
I have to say, it's most likely the reason that this one is on a soft wall and lower is so that you can play from these dining room tables and have a vision line without having to get up on top of them. I still think that you could use Mira in a better fashion. Now, I like what they're doing here. They're playing a very aggressive defensive hold on this strip because they know, of course, they're going to have to take the strip. Very good job getting that. And, of course, he's holding the gym, so the defenders are set up perfectly right now. I like all of their positioning. Thermite going to use his first charge to open the stripper wall from the recreation area spawn point. A little bit of gunfire going down from Blackbeard inside side. Temper does a very good job, and they're able to get control of Jin very quickly. They got a lot of damage down, but he wasn't able to get the trade, so good ideals. Not much of the execution on that one. They now have gym control, which is the first step, and the pushing into the strip side. Jaeger made his way into bar, and I'm not sure how they're able to do this. They fell all the way back, so they're going to opt to let them have control of this stripper. More drones coming out. And Hibana gets down and picked up, so he goes from 5 health to 50 health, so good heads-up play and a good execution from the attackers, to get him back up. He's finally going to get this hatch open. The only player down so far is Castle, so the favor is in favor of Core Impact. And that's why you want to get that hatch open. I'm not sure why Rook opted to stay there even though he opened the hatch. That is a very easy pick every single time
Clear the blast area.
for the person in gym.
Cluster charge going up.
Jump on board with Jaeger. He knows he's here. He's going to be able to get one. He gets the shots down and he downs them, but he doesn't get the pick. A little bit of a misfire on that one. Right as we switch over, Crazy Dog gets a pick onto Zen. That's Zen down, but Dynasty gets a trade right back to 9. It's a 2v4, but only 35 seconds left. The attackers are going to have to get into sight. Mira does a very good job pushing across that smoke. She's completely flashed though. It's a 3v2, only 25 seconds left. They're gonna have to push in. Mira goes down. Very good job by Tipper to get him from the hatch. Guy gets the trade on the Crazy Dog, and that round goes into Guilty, or goes into Core Impact, and we are on match point. Guilty eSports having a hard time getting a defensive win. All right, we finally have our first match point on this map. Guilty doing a very good job on the attacking side, but struggling fairly heavy on the defending side. Clubhouse is one of the more difficult maps to defend, especially with the introduction of Habana. You know, you can open up any hatch, you can open up any wall. There's so many different angles. Blackbeard, you know, there's just a lot of things at your disposal to get rid of the defenders. So, you know, not a lot on them. Maybe there's a little bit they need to go back and look at and adjust. Maybe there's some things that they can fix. But I still think they have an opportunity to bring it back here. You know, of course, like we said, defending is very hard. Stock is one of the more difficult ones to hold on this map. They knew they were going to be coming to Stock, but they weren't going... they didn't opt to bring a Montang. Personally, I know that Glaz is banned, but you can still throw that Blackbeard outside behind your Montang and get a free plant. All you have to do is pretty much get control of upstairs, get this cash room, get control of the side electrical room.
5 seconds left.
Plant a bomb, and it's a free win. And see, I like this a little bit better. They're going to use the mirrors as their sight line and not necessarily the open wall, so they're a little bit safer on the crossfire. I still expect the attackers to take this from the strip side, because without having that confidence character pick in Montang, it's a little bit harder to take. You have to use Blackbeard.
Time to lose some ears.
Everybody gets the wall open. What is going on with our camera here? They are holding it very heavily, and there's a very aggressive anger by Temper. And right as we switch off mute, he gets the pick onto Akaya, but a trade goes back. The aggression does not pay off for them. 9 does a very good job, gets the double kill. Of course, slaying like we said he would. 8 so far this game. We have a pick on both sides, but the favor is in favor of Core Impact with that match point. 4-2 in map 1 in this best of 3 series, week 1 or week 2, day 3. Crazy does a good job. He gets the kill on the Dynasty. That's Habana taking out Mira. So they have the hole open, and 9 with the triple kill, getting the pick from across the pool table. Guys down. Smoke sees him, and 9 with the quadra kill. And GG's going over. Excuse me, not GG's. They're bringing this back one closer. 9 trying to do everything he can to carry his team to success. Bringing it back one closer. We're now on to round 8, 4-3 in favor of Core Impact. Guilty fighting against that bar hold. Going to go back down to the basement. I'm seeing a bit different use from them, though. They're taking away the smoke, and they're going to add the castle. It looks like someone told them, don't do that. Bring smoke back. Just play it differently. Smoke is the way to go. That's how you hold Church Arsenal. Without smoke, it's going to be very hard to hold them out of that for the long run. So let's see if he can do a better job this time on smoke. I want to see him in dirt tunnel, but I want to see him play a little bit more passively. Ooh, a nice little cheeky spot on that camera there.
Calibrating
I've only seen one camera going down. Pretty much standard. They're just going to get the hatches.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Excuse me. They got kitchen. They got stock. They got bar.
5 seconds remaining.
New feed activated.
Attackers recover.
I'm not sure if I like that camera right there. That main air duct pipe is definitely going to block a lot of the line of sight into the stock side. So that'll allow him to see on the side
New feed up.
toward the pool and on the side toward the stairs entrance. But that's about it. Final camera going down on the front side. And they said, screw it. We're not going to even tempt and dance with the devil on this one. We're just going to fall back and play. Probably a smart call by them. So I like the small adaptation they made there. They didn't even reinforce it, though. I would have at least forced them to use one of their tools. Already have control of this kitchen so far. Doing a fairly good job. They're inside of the hallway, and Blackbeard already in exchange with Crazy Dog on Jaeger, but no damage going down. He does get a little bit of damage down onto his shield, but that's about it. Ash has already pushed down front stairs. She used one of her Ash charges to get rid of that barbed wire. Habana on the stock side getting all those hashes open. Sledge did a very good job, and he's seen him, but he had a misfire. That would have been a free kill, and a big mistake coming out by Guy on that one. Hello. I am Fluffy, and we are about to kick into some CCS action. We are now on week 2. It is technically day 3 in our season. We have Core Impact coming in as the number 2 team right now after week 1 of play against Guilty eSports, who is the number 8 team. Hello. I am Fluffy, and we are about to kick into some CCS action. We are now on week 2. It is technically day 3 in our season. We have Core Impact coming in as the number 2 team right now after week 1 of play against Guilty eSports, who is the number 8 team. You can see the rounds for and against. That's pretty much how we determine who is better currently. I'm very excited to see how this goes. This will be Core Impact's first time on the main stream here, so very excited to see what they can bring to the table. Speaking of Core Impact, I am going to be solo streaming this game and casting, so hang in there and bear with me, but we're going to do the best we can. But why don't we just go ahead and jump right into it? And here you go. This is Core Impact's roster for today. You can follow them on Twitter at CoreImpactGG. Again, they are power ranked number 2 right now with a 1-0 record after week 1. So right now we got Zen, Guy, Temper, Dynasty, and Hellfire. Very solid team, kind of a combination of Fable, NYL. You know, these guys have been around for a little while, fairly new when it comes to the upper tier of competitive play, but have always been really good in that tier 2, tier 3 slot. So I'm really excited to see what they can bring to the table today. And I'm pretty sure Zen is the captain for the roster, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of things that he can do for his team to make the adjustments in game if they do tend to get behind. I do think that they are slightly favored in this matchup, not necessarily just because of the statistical that we see. I still think that they are a little bit more experienced as a unit, whereas Guilty, they do have some newer players, and they've been doing some roster changes to accommodate some of their time restrictions here and their age limitations. So speaking of Guilty, why don't we just go ahead and check out their roster next. Guilty eSports. You can find them on Twitter at Guilty eSports. They currently are power ranked number 8. Of course, they did lose their first game last week, which was Wednesday night. So they come in 0-1, but you got the team captain Crazy, 9, Akaya, Mailman, and Crazy Dog. Pretty much the same lineup we saw on Wednesday. The difference is I can't quite remember his name, but I know there's a guy that was pulled out and Crazy Dog was put in his place. So luckily for them, there's only been a 1-player swap. So they should be pretty good there, and it should be fairly easy, you know, for them to make the adjustments they need to. but I'm very excited. I'd say that the standout player, the heavy fragger for this roster would be 9. Last game that we saw, almost every other round, this guy was dropping a 2K here and a 3K there. So be on the lookout for him, and for Core Impact, be on the lookout for Zen. Those are my 2 players to watch. Having a little bit of issue with our pick band, so I'm just going to go ahead and go over them for you guys. Guilty was the home team. So they were the first ban, and Core Impact, of course, gets the first pick on the best of 3. Since there is 9 maps in the map pool, each team bans 3, and then each team picks 1. The final deciding map goes to the choice for side, goes to the away team. So the bans were Bank, Chalet, Coastline, Consulate, Cafe, and Skyscraper. Pretty standard. It seems like both of these teams are kind of straying away from the heavy strategical base maps such as Bank and Coastline. Of course, no one playing much of Coastline. Consulate, a very, very old map. I like Consulate personally. I think it allows for a lot of diversity in your strategical elements. So, but you will see a lot of teams banning that out. That might squeak through most times, but the common ones that you see are, of course, Border, Oregon, and Clubhouse. It looks like Core Impact used their first pick to go ahead and lock in Oregon. Oregon, one of my favorite maps. One of the maps we're probably going to see most likely played on every game throughout. Everyone tends to play it, and everyone kind of knows it. It's a fairly straightforward map, even though the introduction of Mira has allowed for the change in strategy from previous seasons. It still has a lot of diversity, so you're going to see a lot of teams utilizing that one. So I like that pick. And then the second pick for Guilty was Clubhouse. Clubhouse, one of the most straightforward maps in the game. It's fairly vertical, but at the same time, you can put Blackbeard in the blue tunnel, you can put a shield in the dirt tunnel, you can push him out. Most teams are going to go for that armory take on the basement. And with the removal of Glaz in this league, you will also see whenever players are holding the bar, they're going to be coming from strip a lot more frequently unless you see the implementation of Montang, which we actually haven't seen used a whole lot, yes, in the CCS, if at all. I'd have to go back and look at the stat sheet to see what's going on. But that's pretty standard. Then in the final map, of course, Border. We've seen Border played in every single matchup so far, Border being the favored map. Right now, it is a 68.7% favor for the defenders currently. So let's see if teams can come into today with a little bit more preparation on their attack phase. And yeah, so that's it, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm pretty sure our players are ready. Why don't you guys let us know in the chat. If you're rooting for Core, give me a hashtag Core win. If you're rooting for Guilty, give me a hashtag GYT win. All right, and we are back bringing you some CCS action. For those of you out there that aren't aware, CCS stands for Cyber Athlete Championship Series. We are a newly formed league looking to bring you an alternate place to play, hone your skills, and maybe get a little better in the process. Better in the process. I am Fluffy. I'm casting this match. It is currently 1-0 in favor of Core Impact. We are on to map 2. Map 2, of course, is Oregon. Defense will be for Guilty. I think that they are all ready, and we are about to get into the action right now. So let's do it. Map 2, Oregon. We see this map every day so far. Again, it is 1-0 in favor of Core Impact. They did a very good job executing on that one. Some good team fragging coming through. Made some good adaptations in the middle. They were able to take the defense. Most of the teams are struggling currently. 67% to 43% in favor, 33% in favor of the attackers on that specific map. But all right, Capital, Blackbeard, Habana, Sledge, Thatcher. I like the lineup. Capital, a very, very, very useful operator on this map. You know, Capital was pushed out of the meta when he lost his grenades, and then they nerfed the gun. They did unnerf the gun and make it a little bit more viable, and now so you're only going to see him use with specific strategies. Of course, like you're going to see here, since it's a basement take, you're likely to see Capital. He's going to try to fire into the laundry, and then he'll fire into this little closet room here to prevent smoke from peeking this mirror that's going to be placed here and stopping the plant. That's how you'll see it used on this site specifically, or at least is how it should be used. Let's see if they're able to utilize that fully. You got one mirror going down so far right in the corner of the closet. Of course, it looks like he's going to place this other mirror here, and I like what he did here. He put it at as low as he could get it, which allows you to play it from a laying position, and then you can see all the way up into the stairwell before they can see you. So I like the use of their mirrors currently. Checking to see if we have any roamers, and we do. Crazy Dog is on roam. But now that they have that front door open, he's actually going to be stuck entirely in this meeting hall, where he's going to be forced to go downstairs through the backside of tower. Capital on Zen. Zen on Capital already in the kitchen, 30 seconds into the round. Blackbeard still holding that angle on the front door. Some droning coming out, more droning coming out. You got 3 people on drone. He was able to take that drone down as soon as he got spotted. Blackbeard still holding the angle from the front door. And look at this guy has already pushed up in aggressive play. Zen pushes all the way up in the meeting. Baker holding a very tight angle right here from the sandbags. Guy does a good job getting a pick on a 9, so 9's down. He doesn't even see him, and Crazy gets the trade back in a very cheeky spot. Picks up the double kill. Very well played by Crazy Dog. And now the advantage is in favor of Guilty. That's Thatcher and Capital down. That utility that we talked about in the beginning phase of this game is no longer there, but defenders still have smoke. All they lost was Bandit in that exchange, so that's not a bad deal whatsoever. 35 seconds remaining. Didn't even see the Echo Drone, but I like this. They're going to use the Echo Drone to kind of help defend this. Maybe use it to get some spot. Like they anticipate some kind of construction push. Take a look at the attackers and see what they're doing. They're inside of bathroom. They have kitchen control. Blackbeard playing the hatch.
Changing mags!
Smoke, of course, sitting in that closet. Kind of biding his time, waiting to use his smokes. He does still have all 3 of his smoke grenades, so that's a very good job by him to hold on to those. Dynasty on that yokai drone.
Going live.
45 seconds left. It is still 4v3 in favor of Guilty. Flashes are coming out of the hatch. Looks like they're going to start edging forward towards a slow pick. Gonna watch smoke because I want to see how he uses his smokes. The first one goes down, and they don't even get to Thatcher the bandit charge, so that Mira is going to stay there the whole round. Good job. Only 25 seconds left, and he still has 2 smokes, so he's going to be able to hold them off on this push. Very good use, throws the second charges out, and he hits him directly on the stairs. They're gonna have to push through this smoke. Crazy Dog goes for a flank, but Temper had a smoke, or excuse me, a Claymore down. They're not going to be able to push in. He knows he's there, and Kaya doing a very good job using the smokes and the Mira. He drops down. Crazy gets the pick up there, and the time runs out. Round goes over to Guilty, and it's 1-0 in their favor. Very good job at the end. Really like how they were able to play patiently, use what they had to, and honestly, Jaeger on Rome, they didn't drone out properly. It looks like they droned into meetings, saw that a couple parts of it was clear. And if you know anything about competitive play, it's just the one area that you don't do anything 50%, 30%, 20%, 70%, 99%. If you're going to do something, you need to do something 100%. You need to check every nook and cranny, because in this game you have characters like Jaeger, you have characters like Pulse, you have characters that can reposition very quickly and catch you off guard, and that's what happened. They didn't drone him out, they didn't see him there. He picked up the double kill. Smoke did a wonderful job playing patiently and saving his smoke grenades and holding him out the end. So that was just a very well executed defensive strategy and a very poor droning phase for Core Impact. I'm going to assume that Mira is going to put the Mira on this left wall, and I do not like that at all.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Excuse me, I decided to eat a gummy bear.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers
See, the reason that I say it's always wiser to put this Mira on the right wall is because you don't actually have an exact line of sight. When you're coming down these stairs, if you come down these stairs and you push tight corner right into that wall, there's going to be no way for you to pick that guy, get your smokes off without getting shot in the face. They have a Blackbeard. Blackbeard can just push right down that front stairs, and right there he gets a pickup. Good job by 9, still being the heavy fragger. Not on Thermite on this one, but on Blackbeard. Early pick, and that just doesn't need to happen if you're the defenders. Hellfire getting a little too aggressive, and now Bandit is no more. But back to what I was saying, if Blackbeard is to push down that front stairs,
bomb diffuser has been dropped.
using his shield, he's able to get an easy sight line on this Mira since it's on the right side. So we'll see how that affects him in the long run. Packers doing a very good job droning out every inch of the building right now. And like I said, look, they check every single corner. They aren't leaving anything to chance.
Attackers
Pretty much just more droning, still kind of hanging out in this garage side. It looks like they're a little uncomfortable. I think they know that someone is on the roam, and yes, Jaeger is still on the roam. So let's see how they utilize their teamwork and their drones to get rid of him. Guy does a very good job throwing a C4 up and takes out Thatcher, so Thatcher is no more. It's now back to all tied, 4v4, 120 remaining, round 2. Ash slowly pushing forward. I think that he knows he's somewhere in this side of the building, or in this side of the room, excuse me. Gonna get aggressive, and he sees him, and just like that, Crazy Dog gets a pick on the other side. Nineline gets a pick across the guy, and that's a double kill for him. It's now a 4v2 in favor of Guilty eSports. Good job by Smoke getting that Habana down on the hatch. Uses his smoke to push forward aggressively. He gets one down, but he's not able to kill, and Crazy is up on the default plant spot. So the bomb will be going down. All that's left is this Mira. The Mira has been popped open. Not much he's going to be able to do. Yes, he gets the pick on the Dynasty, so good job. And then he gets another pick, so it's a double kill, and he might make me eat my words on this one. He wants to clutch it. Ash came in from the backside, and I don't think Mira even knows, but now Mira finally sees him. I like his mind frame here. He's just going to push through and ignore that guy. And almost a good clutch by him. I like the way he played that. He had good intellectual value, but at the end of the day, that's going to be a very hard one to clutch. It was 1v4, so valiant effort, but triple kill at the end, 4-9 on that Blackbeard. being an amazingly huge fragger for his team. And it's a 2-0 in favor of Guilty, and this is a completely opposite performance than we saw last round. It was back and forth, and Guilty coming out and grabbing the momentum for themselves. That early pickup that Thermite was able to get from Garage into the meeting and take down Bandit, I think, came back to hurt them. You know, it's difficult to lose a person, but it's even more difficult to lose it early because it affects your other players mentally. You know, there's a lot more pressure that gets put on them whenever you go down. So as a roamer, you know, personally, I am a roamer, and I do know every time I die very early, you know, the amount of guilt that you feel knowing that you left your team out to dry. But hopefully next time he plays a little bit more cautiously, because I will always say on the roam, you want to play for the time. A pick is nice, but if you can stay alive and there's a minute left, the odds are going to be in your favor to win that round. So for the first time, Guilty gonna take this upstairs. Of course, forced there. They won their last defensive round on the basement. They're up 2-0 right now. Map 1 did go over to Compact. They won 5-3 on Clubhouse. Fairly back and forth map. Good job by both teams, but Core Impact doing a little bit better job. They were able to win a defensive round, and that's pretty much what summed it up for them. Let's see if they're able to make some adaptations. This is a pretty big swing round. You know, you're down 2. There's a lot of pressure on you. Yes, you won map run. One map 1, but you're going to have to win this one too. I don't necessarily mind this Mira on this wall, but if you're playing from the kid's window, it's fairly easy to pop it open. And there's really no safe place to play it in there. We do not see a Capitao. I would have liked to see a Capitao come out. He's very useful, on this particular tick, because he can fire all of these spots that can't be seen by someone holding the windows. Now we do already see one of those windows get opened up. Looks like Habana opted to use one of her charges to open up that window. Crazy Dog on the roam. He has control of the kitchen. So he's looking to shut down any attempt to play from underneath and get him out that way.
Knock, knock. Loading mag.
Like he's the sole roam on the map currently. I do like this Mira here. And yes, I would agree. This is what you need to do. You need to make a sight line across so that you can see when they're coming up the stairs or they're coming out of that armory. Of course, you'll hear them take the armory, but you still want to be able to preemptively play it. So I like the use of the shotgun to open up those holes. Now, the defenders, the attackers, have taken control of Skybridge and Attic.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. A bomb has been
Uses a drone. He knows he's there in the corner. It looks like smoke might fall back to the other corner. What he does here, this might be our first exchange of the round. And Zen on the backside takes out Mailman. That's Rook down. And that's one of your heavy anchors. And he sees him, but he's not able to get the pick. Dynasty gets a trade over to 9-9 down. Heavy frag down. It's now a 5v3 in favor of Core Impact. And Guy got the double kill. And he's able to take out Crazy Dog also. We're missing all the action sitting on Habana. And he's already pushed his way all the way in the kitchen. And just like we said, they tried to stop him from getting the kitchen. But Buck took control of that. And now he's going to open up all of it. Castle does a good job getting Zen, though. So Sledge is down. Tipper gets a pickup onto the Crazy. So Smoke is down. And now it's all left on Castle. Beautiful nade coming up out of the kitchen. But of course, Dynasty sitting in there. That's a triple kill for him that round. And a great executed attack round for Core Impact. And that was a very pivotal round for them. They needed to take that one back. So good job to bring the momentum back in their favor. 2-1 though, still in favor of Guilty on map 2. More Impact on defense, gonna take that laundry now. Haven't won any defenses yet. Oak, Mira, Jaeger, Bandit, Valkyrie. On the attackers, we have Blackbeard, Thatcher, Habana. Tricking me with Ash, going for the Sledge, gonna give it on over to 9. 9 is a heavy fragger, probably not a bad idea. Ash's hitbox is a little broken. You can get your shot off while you're moving. Chances are you're gonna win the exchange 9 times out of 10. Are gonna see another basement hold, of course. A lot of teams starting to do this particular deployable shield in the hallway. Allows you to see anyone coming down the stairs, so I like the use of it, but they're going to have to pair this up with an ADS, or it's going to be able to be naded from the hatch. You can also grab Capitao if you know they're playing that and fire him from the hatch, so
left.
Kind of follow Valkyrie around. She's done one camera, we missed it. Let's see what other
5 seconds.
kind of cameras she's going to throw out. Not being very
Attackers
discreet.
recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Razor wire ready.
Abana just holding this front door, trying to catch anyone who might be rotating around the sites. Bandit, again, Hellfire, going for some aggro, and it didn't pay off. He's now down to about 55% health.
Drone, getting up.
They are going with the two-man roam strat. He has been taken out, spotted on drone. Blackbeard should have been ready to pop that. And honestly, I think that the attackers are taking way too long to try to get inside of here, so I commend the roamers. They are doing a good job holding them out. Blackbeard finally outside of that main window on the big dorm. Kind of using the buddy system here, looking for the trade back and forth. Not really a bad idea. Oregon, a very difficult map to roam by yourself, so I like how they're pairing up together. Crazy Dog has established himself, and he has control of the meeting. Was going to go for a push, but he decides to back off. Ash has control of classroom. They have control of front lobby and meeting. So pretty much they have control of the entire first floor, but they do have to worry about those roamers because both of those roamers are still sitting upstairs. And they are doing a fantastic job. It is 120 remaining. They're either going to have to forget about him or have to do something to take care of him. And Ash pushes up the stairs, and Ash gets the trade. I thought that he was going to be able to pick him, but let's be real honest. That early damage that he took is what cost him his life there, because he would have won that gun battle. So the aggression bites him back in the butt. 1 minute remaining. The favor now in favor of Guilty. 2-1 in their favor here on round 4. Still looking for that final roam. Blackbeard up on the kid's window, trying to get him out of there. He jumps in. I don't think he knows he's there, and a very good job by Jaeger. Now the exchange is right back, and he gets a double kill. He doesn't see him pushing on the side, and a very good job by Temper.
Cover me, reloading.
33 seconds left. Only one smoke remaining. Ooh, and he miscalculates the pre-fire. Akaya gets a beautiful shot, picks him up from the hatch. And Zen goes down. It's a 3v3. No more smoke to stop this push. Guy has rotated up to take his place on the Mira. But like I said, he's going to be able to push. And there's going to be absolutely nothing this Mira can do. But Dynasty pushes in from that deployable shield in the hallway that we talked about. And he does a very good job. The grenade's going to come in. He takes him out. He does a little bit of damage. They drop in. He gets one pick. 9 gets the other pick. But Dynasty trades him right back. And that round goes to Core. And we're all tied up now. Very good job by the defense, and that round was won by the roamers. Really like what I saw there. You know, I think the roamers did a really good job at the end. You know, Bandit did go down. Ash was able to get the pick. If Bandit wouldn't have been so aggressive early, he probably would have got that exchange and done an even better job. But as an attacker, you have to ask yourself, why is it taking us a minute and a half to get rid of the first roamer? And then when you get rid of them, you completely forget that there's a second roamer. I do not like the negligence in their droning phase. If they want to win this game, they're going to have to start droning better. See if they can make the adjustments they need to on the attacking side. Their defenses have been pretty decent so far. Kid's bedroom a little bit harder to hold for most teams. Back in the basement. They're going to go at the footholds. I personally like this a lot. If you look at Mira, she's just kind of putting a line of sight at the bottom here. That way anyone who drops hatch can easily be taken out from the side of that bomb.
Secure the wall!
5 seconds to insertion.
Calibrating air compression.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Immediate line of fire.
Kind of an interesting hold here. A lot of teams have started to opt to play it from the meeting side because the the implementation of Mira does allow you to play things a little differently. I really think that you should reinforce this wall. Even if you're not going to sit meaty, you can still play from the kitchen side. Give yourself a lot of room to rotate. Mailman is the solo roam, it looks like. No, excuse me, 9 with him. See if they can do as good a job or a better job than Core Impact was able to do on defense, because they did a phenomenal job last round. Thatcher has obtained garage control. Oh, and he doesn't even see a Mailman with a cheeky angle. Beautiful pixel peek headshot. And Thatcher is down. So far, so good. The roam game helping him out. 1 minute played in this round. It is all tied up 2-2 in round 5. Drone has finally spotted him out, and they did a very good job pushing with the drone, and that's what we talk about on a regular basis. You have to push with that drop, and that is a prime reason why. The moment he got up, the distraction from the drone, and he was able to get the pick, and I like to use a Capital on this round. They're able to bring it back. It's 4v4 now, 1:35 remaining. Interesting flash grenade, just using that flash grenade to make sure that no one's sitting aggressively on the stairs. Blackbeard does a little bit of scare tactics on his own teammate. Right, and this is pretty much that crucial pivotal moment that we see every round. How will they push forward? How will they take this basement as an attacking team? And still sitting up here, and Bandit able to get the pickup. 9 doing a very good job, and Zen's down. No more Capital. Once again, the roam game coming in strong here on Oregon for both teams. Ash sitting patiently. She knows that he is inside of this master bedroom, and as he peeks out, that's just something you don't do. Ash knows you're there. You don't know he's there. Play the time. Wait for the rotate when they call a bomb plant. Could have done something really good with that one, but choked a little bit. 35 seconds remaining. 3v3. Smokes are going down. They're going to be pushing down the front stairs. Mira has a C4 in hand. Very, very good smoke coming out from the smoke.
15 seconds remaining.
Habana is fortunately able to get in the corner and get the plant down. Hellfire gets the kill, but no, he's not able to get the plant down because Crazy picks him, and Crazy gets a double down, so that's 2. Hellfire's gonna have to push in. Ash is able to down 1, but Crazy Dog with a triple kill at the end of that one, and a beautiful defensive hold. Guilty does a good job securing their lead for round 6. 3-2 now in their favor. Very good job by them to hold out on the defense. Again, Roamers coming out big for both team. Jaeger getting the early peek onto Thatcher into the garage. Thatcher kind of just aimlessly pushed in. You know, if you're going to go in, you're going to go in. You have to know that that hallway is across, so you have to drone that also. Not just the room that you're entering in. You can enter the room, but then re-drone. That way, if you push the hallway, you're not going to get picked. So good job by Jaeger. They did get the exchange. Bandit able to play patiently up top and get the pick on the rotations, and I think that's what opened up the end of that round for them, ultimately creating an advantageous situation and giving them that round. We're going to have to do a little bit better job droning.
Camera in position.
Camera feed up and running. Stop worrying about grenades. Cam in position.
Standard defensive hold coming upstairs. You're going to reinforce the wall of small dorms. They are going to open up the attic. They're not. Looks like they're not going to make a hole in the backside, and they're not going to reinforce either. So let's see if they just use that for rotation purposes only.
5 seconds left.
Valkyrie has thrown all 3 of her cams already, and we did miss it.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
And they are going to finally reinforce this wall, so you're going to assume that someone is going to try to play this attic, and it looks like it's going to be Valkyrie. Intriguing. It looks like Crazy Dog is currently the only person I see on this tower side. Gonna have to assume they're going for a master bedroom take. Thatcher doing a good job just throwing out his EMPs. That should catch any of the ADSs right near those walls.
Drone spinning over.
So good job by him, but Guy, no mistakes have been
Attackers
made.
located a bomb.
He goes for the C4 and he kills himself. Not quite sure what happened as we weren't on board with him, but that is a big mistake, especially when you're already down one round.
Watch for the blast.
Where's Jaeger on room holding this kitchen with Mira. Ryan is pushing from tower side. He pushes through. He's trying to get the pre-fire on him, but Mira just doing a good job playing patiently, waiting for the proper time to peek. He's gonna throw the smoke grenade. Blackbeard pushing in from the side. Ash opens up the wallway, so now they're gonna be on their toes. They're gonna be playing a little bit more passive. But no, right as we switch over to him, Jaeger gets the kill. 9 tries to push through the hallway, and he gets the kill. Mailman gets a grenade coming through. Hellfire's down. It would be a 4v4, but he killed himself, so it's not crazy going to be pushing this side of the bathroom. This is going to be a very difficult job for him to hold. And a beautiful frag grenade hits him right in the mouth. Crazy Dog gets that trade, and they cleared out the first floor, and now all they have to do is push upstairs and get the plant down. 1 minute remaining. Smoke knows he's there, and he pushes out aggressively. I don't know why Sledge decided to Sledge that at least drone it first. Good defensive hold at the end there by Smoke. 53 seconds left. Now it's a 2v3. Aya sitting on the outside of this kid's bedroom. Crazy's able to get the pickup onto Zen, so now Zen's down. He's gonna jump in, but he's most likely gonna die. And no, Dynasty misses all of his shots. You cannot be choking like that. That round goes over to Guilty. It looks like we have ourselves a ball game. So it looks like on this map, it's now match point in favor of Guilty eSports. And they have to ask themselves, if you're core, what is going wrong? You're failing to drone properly on offense and giving away too many deaths. Too many deaths to negligence in your droning. It always comes down to the fundamentals. When you look at the upper tier of play, I don't necessarily believe that what separates them from everyone else is their individual skill. Yes, a lot of these upper tier players are very skilled, but what separates them is they go through their fundamentals. They don't make these tiny little mistakes that cost you big, big rounds. I really think that core needs to focus on their droning game. Let's say if they can bring it back here and take this with a 2-0 sweep, or if it's going to be taken to the map 3 decider map. Last time Guilty was up here, they did lose, but we've seen pretty much the same thing. They had the mirrors facing this. I like the use of the mirror here. I think if you're going to play the mirror here, you're going to want to open up this wall and place someone inside of armory to keep yourself safe.
5 seconds left.
Almost everybody plays Ash or Sledge nowadays. I'm not a big fan of using Castle on these windows. If you're going to play the Mira on the hallway, you're going to want to put the Castle on your hallway windows to keep that player safe. You know, you can sit safely in kids without those castles. I liked a little bit more efficient use of the castles. Crazy Dog taking himself a dump, hanging out in the bathroom. And of course, we have been seeing a double roam combo come out pretty much the entire time so far. Finally starting to get used to using the numbers to get to the players that I want. Emperor trying to get control of this small tower. He has a drone there, so very heads up play by him to go ahead and drone this before he pushes forward. Dynasty's already made his way into the first floor, excuse me, the second floor of this big tower. Not sure what the execution plan is for the attackers. They're fairly spread out right now. Crazy hiding out in the bathroom still. 9 doing a good job hanging out in the meeting. 1:45 remaining, and we're about to have a gunfight, it looks like. Dynasty gets Mailman. He tries to, they finally get open the attic, and as soon as he gets the attic open, he tries to play aggressive peek, and that is now smoked down in favor of Core Impact. And in the meantime, Temper was able to sneak into the sandbags, and these two just miss each other by a smidgen once again.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Oh, and he catches him retreating. 9 doing a very good job, and Crazy doing a good job on the backside by Hellfire, with Ash trying to pick up Jaeger,
Attackers
and he trades it right back. It's a 3v3, but still the Rome doing a very good job on this map from both teams.
Running.
We have 1 minute left in this game.
Drone spinning up.
Asshole holding a tight angle on the white stairs. Hellfire is sitting right outside of showers. He's going to hop on his drone and see if he can't see anything.
Reloading!
Alright, just going to get rid of that drone and say, I don't care if you see me. I know you're there, and I'm going to get you next time. Ooh, Sledge takes a bit of damage, but he's able to secure the nice shot on his head. And then 9 gets a trade right back on Bandit once again. That's a double kill for him on Rome. Sledge getting some shots down onto Mira from that big window. He's very low. Sledge about 1% health. Mira at about 5% health. 9 doing a good job knowing that he needs to fall back to site. There's only 15 seconds left. But Hellfire has made himself into the site. But no, 9 gets a kill. 9 gets a double. 9 gets a triple. And that is GG. And it looks like we will be going over to map 3. A very good job by them. They looked pretty clean throughout. Honestly, they showed dominance throughout pretty much the majority of that. They had a very good roam game, opened up pretty much all the walls that they needed to get themselves where they were. 9, another huge game for his team. 10 frags. That's his second 10K today. Dynasty with his second 7+ kill game. Wasn't quite enough, though. Very good job by Guilty to come back from losing map 1. It is now 1-1 in the series. Our decider map is currently, looks like Border will be the deciding map, and Guilty, being the away team, will get to choose whether or not they want to sit on defense. So we're going to take a small break. After our break, we will be back with Border again. Thank you guys for hanging out and stopping with us. We appreciate it. You know, we love that we're able to give you guys some more content as Rainbow Six fans and players. You know, so just stick in there, and we'll talk to you in a few. Thanks.
I've got a question, if you'd hear me out. In your defense, you never had a chance. And so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake, that we are closer than we're far. Embrace for impact, you fight your fears far. Embrace for impact, I'm the future's engineer. And baby, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And baby, I'm here, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. I've got a question, if you'd hear me out. In your defense, you never had a chance. And so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake, that we are closer than we're far. your fears apart and brace for impact. I'm the future's engineer, and baby, I'm here. And baby, I'm here. And baby, I'm here. Brace for impact. Find your fears apart. Brace for impact. I'm the future's engineer. Baby, I'm here. And baby, I'm here. And baby, I'm here.
Hello, we are back. If you are just joining us, there was some intense matchups that we've seen so far. Map 1 on Clubhouse went in favor of Core Impact. They won that map 5-3. That was actually a fairly back and forth map until the final 2 rounds. It was 3-3 up until then. So a very good job by them to take that one. Map 2 we just saw was Oregon. Guilty eSports, though, they put on a very dominant performance on that one. They were able to take that one 5-2, so we're all tied up 1-1. We are on our final decider map, which is Border, which is probably one of the most played maps in this game currently during the meta picks. One of our players has lagged out, so he will be right back. As soon as he gets back, we will jump right back in the action, so just hang in there for just a little bit longer, guys. And right as I say that, He gets back in, so it looks like we're going to be bringing it to you. Here we go. It is Border. This is the decider map. And I'm always excited to see what kind of strategies teams are going to bring to the table on this map specifically. You know, it has a lot of variation. Pretty much every strategy you're going to see is attempting to accomplish the same goal, but there are several different ways to accomplish that goal. So we'll see how Core does this. Core Impact, they were NYL for a while. We've seen some of these players in our early on. When we first launched, we did a Friday night showcase, and we saw them there. So we saw Zen Dynasty and Temper in that battle. And we also saw Crazy and Nine in that battle. So we know a little bit about these guys on this map. I believe that it went in favor of Guilty, though. So let's see if the new additions to the roster and the changes, let's see who comes out on top on this one. Smoke, Mirror, Jaeger, Bandit, Valkyrie, 4 core on defense. Twitch, Ash, Thermite, Thatcher, Buck. I like the use of Ash. I like the use of Buck. And I absolutely love the use of Twitch on this map. Mira is a very, very prevalent operator pick. Twitch helps eliminate some of that and gives you that counter playability. All right, so pretty much like we see everyone, this is kind of a 50-50. You know, there's an up and down to both of these walls. Some like to reinforce to left, some like to reinforce to right. I personally believe most teams are going to be putting a player on this AC unit. Once you have control of this AC unit, you just breach a hole in this wall, and then you can see directly into this left panel. So if you know the players that you're playing against are going to be playing on the AC unit, and you don't have the resources to get them off there, you're going to want to put the reinforcement on this right wall as opposed to the left wall. So let's see if Guilty actually goes for that AC unit. A little bit of early drone action. Ash already in this passport check front lobby. Currently droning out security to try to get control of that. Of course, that is the pivotal point. Everyone knows you get in there, you get control of that CCTV dining room, and it allows for you to control the pace of what you're going to do. Pretty hard to be flanked as long as you have control of that. Thermite making his way inside of this break room. Thatcher also inside. Buck sitting down underneath. Ash also down there, but he's still droning. Little spread out on their end, and just like that, Temper does a very good job. Didn't even realize that he was on roam, and it looks like he tried to push through, and he got the pick on him, and that's 9. They're heavy frag down. 150 remaining. It is 5v4 in favor of Core Impact already.
Deploying drone.
Drone's coming out, so they drone him out. He knows he's there. Ash is pushing in from the other side. Gonna opt for a secondary drone. Let's see what kind of aggressive play. You know that Ash is gonna be pushing hard. Zen does a good job picking up Akaya upstairs. That's Thermite down to a very big pick. Not sure if they were able to get this wall open yet. And just like that, Zen gets another pick. So a very good job by him. Thermite was at least able to get his job done, but Zen on Smoke already has a double kill. Doing a fantastic job defending this pillbox. Jaeger doing a good job distracting in the basement, pretty much what allowed all of those frags to happen. And Ash comes through and sees him, but he doesn't get the pick. Jaeger does a good job. It's a double kill for him. Tempo picking up 2 this round. Zen with a triple kill, and that round's over. Round 1 going over to Core Impact. Very good execution by the attackers. Or excuse me, the defenders. Smoke doing his job picture perfect, getting the triple kill on the box. Thermite was able to get the box open, but he got the trade back, which was a very big trade because then they were able to retain positioning. See if Guilty can have the same sort of success on this map. Actually half tempted to check something. So it looks like the attackers win 66% of the time right now on servers and 60% of the time on armory. So it's going to be a very uphill battle for these defenders. Of course, Core Impact did a very good job disproving those stats thus far by holding it on that decent round. Very good play by Smoke. For those of you that are just joining us, this is the third map in this best of 3. We are on week 2, play date number 3. We have Guilty Esports versus Core Impact all tied up 1-1 in the final deciding map. Core Impact took map 1 5-3 on Oregon, or excuse me, on Clubhouse. Guilty was able to get Oregon 5-2 to bring it back to a 1-1, and we'll see who takes this one. Currently in favor of Core Impact. Of course, we are the CCS, the Cyber Athlete Championship Series. I am Fluffy, and I'm not okay with that. Maybe he'll hit him with a quick pick jiggle peek, not quite sure. But this round is now underway, and you got Mira once again putting the same Mira on as the other ones. That obviously it didn't come back to hurt them in the previous round because no one went for that AC unit. Blackbeard and Buck already poised to look for an Office Dome side take. 9, of course, on Rome, already made his way down to the lobby. Crazy Dog inside of that server room. Let's see if their roamers can have just as big an impact this game as they did last game. Once again, just like last round, Ash is going in here, and 9 has no clue that he's in there already. Oh no, he misses! 9 does a very good job, and he just got turned on. I don't know if he knows that Temper's there, but of course Temper does know he's there. We have oh, and as he's trying to vault, he's not able to hit the vault. No! Temper picks him up from the backside to get the exchange, and now it's all tied up this round. 150 remaining, and it is a 4v4 situation. Jaeger still holding tight downstairs on that roam. Pretty slow so far. Just like we said, they're going to be going for that Dome Office take. Rockery did have those 2 holes punch, but of course that wasn't Blackbeard, so Blackbeard's shield ate most of that damage. Most likely, if that wasn't Blackbeard, that would have been a kill for Valkyrie, so good positioning and placement by him. Oh, and Temper just misses Castle laying in the corner. He doesn't see he's there. And now he fully drones it out. Good job by him to, finish the droning phase out. He's able to drop down, so I don't know if they know that he dropped. They're going to try to push forward. Crazy does a very good job getting the pick across the Hellfire, so he's down. Thermite once again down. Crazy Dog with a double kill. And this kid's going crazy, just like his name said, and he's a dog right now. Kaya finally pushing up the stairs on the east side. He did fall out of hash. They forced him out. Crazy Dog with the quadra kill. Can he get the ace? No! Temper takes him out. That's a double kill for him. And the dance back and forth. The triple kill for him. Can he get it? No! He gets pinched from both sides, and Mailman gets the final kill. Good job using their numbers advantage. The pinch at the end, I actually thought that it might be a clutch for him. Couple good heads-up plays, but ultimately the round did go over in favor of Guilty Esports. So now we're tied up 1-1 in this third round. Really curious to see what kind of take we're going to see. There's quite a few different ways that you can hold this ventilation room. A lot of people opting for the castle. They'll throw an impact onto the wall in the bathroom. Castle the bathroom allows you to play that. They're not going to use Mira. I have seen people play Mira inside that bathroom wall, putting it low on the far right by your breach hole. And then you can see anyone coming down the hatch, but they can't see you. Again, I'm really curious to see how they set this up. And of course, just like we called, Castle will be castling that bathroom wall. Looks like a page straight out of the Lethal Playbook. Going to also... I really like this because this stops their ability to rush in. Barbed wire only slows you down so much. You're going to have to invest heavily into that. They don't have a sledge, so Ash would have to use one of her charges to get that open. thermite or a breaching charge would be the
Attackers
only other
recovered the bomb
option.
diffuser. Attacker's objective is to defuse
They have
the bomb.
opened up the hatch upstairs inside small office, but in the regular office archives, they reinforced that one.
Drones up and running.
Droning coming out, of course, they're going to once again go in from this front door.
Drone activated.
Very critical claymore to put on your window. If you're going to play that side, you don't want to be able to be ran out from underneath. And if you are going to get ran out from the underneath, you need to guarantee yourself the exchange. So I like the placement on that claymore charge. Thermite jumping in. Once again, we're going to see them going for this dome side take. He just barely misses Hellfire as he crosses across Fountain. And he sees a little piece of his heaven. And 9 doing a very good job getting that frag. Once again, 2 for him this game so far. Ash opened up this dome wall already and has pushed her way inside. Tipper sitting on the middle wall. He heard him hit that barbed wire, so he knew it was there. Very good job to get that exchange, and he brought it back. It's all tied up. 4-4, 145 remaining in round 3. It is also 1-1 in round count.
Reload!
Did see that Valkyrie camera sitting inside of that archives corner.
Attacker's bomb diffuser
Tipper gets a shot across to 9, so 9's down.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So that's Thermite out of the equation. Very, very, very big pickup by the defenders on that one. Smoke looks like he's trying to play from underneath. He has a flea face C4. They have control of the upstairs, but they have lost a lot of resources in the process. 45 seconds remaining, and he vaults over, vaults through him. It looks like they warped right through each other. He gets the kill, and Mailman kills his own teammate, but Akaya able to get the pick on his in, and now it's a 2v2 situation. They are in upstairs. They're going to have to get in and get the bomb down. There's only 35 seconds left.
Loading mag!
They're going to have to start pushing forward. Valkyrie does a good job and gets a little bit of damage onto that Thatcher, but not a whole lot. Blackbeard has finally made his way down here, so has Thatcher. They're going to try and get inside of here. He needs to go in there and hit with his teammate. Running out of time, and they hear him punching, so they know they're going to be able to watch there. And just like that, Dynasty picks up 1, and Dynasty picks up 2, and a good double kill for him to end that round. Look bad at a couple points for... but they were able to hold it out at the end. So now we have a 2-1 in favor of Core Impact. The attackers, Ash, Blackbeard, Hibana, Thermite. What will be their final pick to round out their team composition? Is it just me, or is the steampunk glasses on Thermite just beautiful to look at sometimes? And there you go to finally round it out with the Sledge, Valkyrie, Castle, Jaeger, Bandit, Pulse on defense. See if Guilty can bring it back and even it to a 2-0.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We're going to jump on board with Valkyrie, see if we can't spot where she puts these cameras at. That's not a bad Valkyrie camera. I actually like that. Allows you to see quite a bit. You can see all the way through on that front lobby. You can see into custom baggage, and then you can also see right into the doorway of server. So that's a very good camera right there.
Cam in position.
Also another good camera. He missed it a little bit. He was trying to tuck it in the middle so it could see both sides.
Left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Curious to see what he does with his final Valkyrie camera.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Wow, and Dynasty already got a pick. It looks like Crazy got a little bit too aggressive on the outside of that railing outside of Pillbox, and he punished him thoroughly for it. Pretty much doing the same thing as the other team did. They do have these walls soft still. And of course, that early pick put the advantage in favor of Core Impact. Blackbeard up on that AC unit window like we talked about in the early phase of this matchup. Ash has made her way into the archives itself. Ash does a good job getting the shots across, but she almost dies. She only has 1 health left. Jaeger pre-firing the wall there, trying to get a pick across. They are able to drone him out, so they know he's back in his corner, and he has nowhere to go. They are able to break that open, but no! He gets a pick, and Crazy Dog does a very good job. He gets 1, and no! He had a very good chance at getting 2. 9 gets Temper, Zen gets Crazy Dog, Crazy Dog gets Zen. So many frags coming back and forth. Dynasty is left with about 15% health left. Is a 3v2 with 130 remaining in favor of Guilty. It was in favor of Core Impact, so a very good job by them to bring it around for the defense. Once again, using those breaches inside, and 9 on that fucking freaking roam was able to get the pick right there. Excuse me, sorry for the slander. So it looks like it's all left to Blackbeard, and he's still sitting on this window, so not much he's going to be able to do. He's also low at health, maybe 20% maximum. Got so hype I was able to swear. Forgive me. I was able to get 1, so let's see if he can get 2 and get that double kill.
Reloading mag.
40 seconds left. Blackbeard knows he's there because he punched the wall, but honestly, I like what he did. He punched the wall for distraction and then just went ahead and went back, but 9, he was able to get a good heads-up play and get a double kill at the end of that. Right as he turned around, see, it looks like they didn't shoot the default camera outside, and that's why he was able to get him. This is 101, kids. You have to do the fundamentals. And honestly, that round should have went in favor of Core Impact, but Guilty does a very good job on defense to get the trades that they need to bring it back. A couple strong individual plays. And now it's all tied up 2-2. Curious to see what kind of adjustments that they're going to make in order to get another advantageous take. Guilty been behind pretty much in this one. Let's see if they can take this offensive round, bring it back in their favor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Deploying ADS.
New feed up and running.
Valkyrie just throwing a random camera. She looked a little confused.
Activating camera.
Both teams putting the same camera in that position. Same reinforcements on the left side of wall, this small office. Reinforcements on the pillbox, of course, with Bandit putting his charges down preemptively.
5 seconds left.
So far, all 5 players are on site.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Round is underway. They're still doing a little bit of prep work. They need to speed up that process. And I don't really mind the use of this mirror. I'm a little interested to see how they're going to play this. It's going to be very difficult to hold that as just one player. 9 tends to get a lot of early frags. Let's see what he has to offer. He opened up the side of Archives door so that he could play the cross. And now I don't know if they know this. Now this is a very key wall. And in the midst of that smoke, it's a pickup on a Crazy Dog. Crazy Dog down. That's one of their heavy fraggers. Ash is already gone. Something I want to touch on real quick though. If you are a player and you see this wall reinforced, you need to rotate. Plant that bomb right here in their corner. It is almost impossible for the defenders to get you if you know how to attack once this wall is reinforced. I do not like this reinforced at all. Hopefully that one doesn't come back to get them, although they are already in favor of themselves 5-4 because Ash went down early, then got that pick on the front box. Very good job by him. Everyone else just kind of taking their time. Jaeger is roaming in the customs decks, down in customs inspection. He is currently the only one on roam. And able to get across the hallway without being spotted. And Blackbeard has the bomb right outside of this window on the AC units. I like how they rotated knowing that they're playing for this side. Blackbeard throws a drone in, but Smoke able to take that out almost immediately. And he does a very good job. He hears him peeking up. Zen with a double kill on that one. And look at him, he's going for it. Oh no, and he misses a shot! He had an easy opportunity and a triple kill and he whiffed. Blackbeard got that one and now he's gonna push inside. They have control of it. The C4 is gonna come over top, but it hits the top of the desk. Pre-fire coming through, he's so low, he's able to get the exchange, so that's Guy taking out Mailman. And now Blackbeard's down 4v2 in favor of Core Impact. 45 seconds remaining. Crazy trying his best to push through. He does get a crazy pick right there. I'm not sure how he got that one, but he did get it. Hellfire getting the Kai as he tries to push across. Pre-fire coming from one side. Pre-fire coming from two. Temper comes from the fountain, and that's the round going over to Core. Very good job from them to take that one on attack. Fairly straightforward. They just basically outmanned them at the end. Or excuse me, on defense they were able to hold out. Pretty much just outmanned and outclassed them, fragging heavily throughout. Whew. This has been a fairly exhausting day for me doing solo and trying to still get just as hype for you guys. I'm doing my best. We are into round 6, 3-2 in favor of Core. It is all tied up 1-1 in this series, week 2, day 3 action. Coming up after this game, we do have Dan Sucks versus Lethal Gaming, so stick around and watch that one. Should be pretty exciting. Of course, I'm pulling for my boys in Lethal. Pretty standard setup still coming out from everyone on this armor. You're not going to see a lot of variation from teams. I think that there's a lot of room for variation, but most of the variation is going to come on your Dome and Archive side when it comes to being creative. Valkyrie has already placed 2 of the cameras. It looks like she put one in security.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Reinforce wall!
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse.
Looks like they're trying something a little different. Last time they only reinforced the one wall. Looks like Mailman said stop it, you need to put it on this side, and here we go. This is a complete west side take. Blackbeard already made his way onto East Balcony. Of course, that Claymore that we touched on before, that's such a pivotal Claymore. If you're going to be pushing the side, you got to put the Claymore at that window. Dynasty gets a pick across to Akaya. Blackbeard doing Blackbeard things. Got a little bit too aggressive, and he sees him cross, so now he knows he's in that corner. And if I'm being honest, I think Blackbeard has the advantage.
Tossing flashbang.
But the C4 comes across in a very, very beautiful job by Crazy. And that one's a Kobe, and he gets him just to bring it back. 2 minutes remaining, but it is tied up 4-4 with that exchange. And then we have Castle down for the defenders and Blackbeard down for the attackers. Still the double roam going on from 9 and Crazy Dog. They've done a very good job today as a team. See if they can continue to do so. He gets droned out, but he's able to kill that drone. We're crawling through the smokes. A nice little pre-fire, but he's able to get into the cubby behind the reinforced wall.
Throwing out some smoke.
Mira still trapped in this corner. They do still have Thermite and Habana, so they can easily get this wall open. And Guy's gonna push forward very aggressively. He catches him on reload. He does that. If you notice, he wide-wide it, and he got rid of his reload. And oh, he pushes forward. He misses him. Tipper gets Mailman on the backside of that guy, comes through and pistols Crazy. It's now 4v2 in favor of Core Impact, and of course, they're up 3-2 right now. 55 seconds remaining. Tipper with a double kill, doing a very good job on Habana, and that's 9 gone, their heavy frag. So now it's all left up to Jaeger. He's able to get the down onto Zen. But the attackers are able to get the bomb down. The bomb is now down right behind the bomb itself. Excuse me, the diffuser is put down. Crazy Dog on the flank side. He's able to get one, but Zen comes back through, gets the exchange on him after getting picked up. Very good execution by Core Impact. And it's now 4-2, excuse me, match point in their favor to take this week 2 matchup and go 2-0 for the season. Trying to think what kind of went wrong. I don't really think that I'm seeing a lot of bad execution on the side of each team. I just feel like Core Impact is doing a better job outslaying them once they get in their gunfights. So hats off to them. Hopefully they can continue that trend and end it here. But a Guilty Esports definitely needs to change something up and bring it back. Of course, this is a 14-game season, so a loss here doesn't put them out of the playoffs or the money. They have plenty of opportunities. Basically, the top 8 teams will go in. The top team from each division will be the number 1, 2, and 3 seed with the three divisions, excuse me. And then you have 14 games total. So basically, the next 5 teams are the wild cards. So top 8 total overall records will get into the playoffs to fight for that $500+ prize pool on our season 1, the inaugural season of the CCX action. First Valkyrie camera just went down inside of office. One moment, need a drink.
10 seconds to go.
Setting barricade.
Cherry
5 seconds
deliciousness.
to insertion. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers
But once again,
ejected
they
the
opened up
diffuser
this
bomb.
hatch, and I'm just... If they're gonna play up here, it's okay. So let's see if they're able to hold this. You know, if you're not able to fully hold this, then that lack of reinforcement on that hatch can come back to get you, but you can also use it to rotate. So it's kind of a 50-50 in this certain situation. Personally, my guys do the same thing here. You open up from underneath and you can see them as they come inside that window. So very good job by him on that particular area. And it looks like they brought a fuse for this one. They know their basement, so they're going to try to get the fuse charges in. Right now, Guilty just trying to drone everything out and see where they're at. They know he's inside the small wall by lockers. 2 minutes in, and Temper gets the pickup. Temper with a double kill.
The attackers bomb
They tried to
diffuser
push
has
in
been
on him
dropped.
from the front side of this hallway, and he said no. Is he able to get the triple kill? And no, the computer stops him. He pushes through. The aggressive play by Ash is going to be a pistol duel. He gets the down on him, but Ash gets the kill. So Ash is down. Hellfire peeks around the corner, and that's an easy pick from him, but will
Attackers
Blackbeard
recovered
get
the
the
diffuser.
exchange? Looks like Bandit is able to fall back in sight, and it's looking pretty grim for them in this second week match. Guilty gonna have to do something spectacular. They're down 4-2, and it's a 4v2 with 1 minute and 15 remaining. Akaya does a good job, though, getting one exchange. The holes that they made to look up was actually used against them on that one, and he uses his L85 to get the pick, and Guy does a very good job, and he gets the C4. Well pre-placed C4 in tandem, tied it together with that camera. Very, very heads-up play by him. All left on Blackbeard here, 45 seconds left. And just like that, Hellfire, that's a GG in favor of Core Impact, and they take this week 2 matchup. Very beautifully executed plan by them. Goatee needs to go back to the drawing boards. Once again, I said it before, and I think that they have a lot of potential as a team. 9, of course, honestly, one of the better Slayers I've seen in a long time. He does a very good job. Even on their off game, still able to find 5, but Temper goes off this game with 12 Zen being very consistent. He's able to pick up 7. That was his second 7+ game. So a very good job by them. Core, though, a little bit too overwhelming as far as the Slay power goes. Strategy coming out strong from both teams. But the slaying power and experience of Core Impact, like we talked about whenever we were talking about their rosters, that's a little bit too much for Guilty. So GG's to both of them. Our next matchup will be Lethal